So a couple days ago, I was talking about this oversized brief that Jack Smith had filed in the D.C. election interference case in front of Judge Tanya Chutkan. Now, he was given special permission from the judge to file this thing. It was 180 pages. Normally, they're like 30 or 40, and he needs permission from the judge to file something so large. And she said, okay. Now, Donald Trump objected to that, and she rebuffed him for that, said, we're going to do this. And the bulk of your objection is going back to the immunity decision, saying I should toss the whole thing out because of the immunity decision, and we will get to the immunity ruling from the Supreme Court in due time. Basically, quit bringing it up. And Donald Trump now has until, I believe it's 5 p.m. on Tuesday, to respond to this. Well, Donald Trump or his legal team. So we'll see what kind of a response they bring. But Judge Tanya Chutkan hasn't been very forthcoming as far as giving him leeway to this. Like I said, she called him out for having 8 pages of going back to the immunity decision and just rehashing old arguments. And that's what Donald Trump does in a lot of his filings, is he brings up the same things over and over and over again. I don't know if he hopes that it would work or if he says it enough that the judge would believe it or what, but that's what he's going to try here. So after this deadline passes and Donald Trump has put in whatever kind of response to this 180-page brief that he puts in, Jack Smith will have a chance to respond to that. And then at some point in October, there's either going to be a ruling from Judge Tanya Chutkan or a hearing and then a ruling. And then we will probably see at least part of this 180-page brief released to the public. Now, with everything we already know about January 6th, whatever is in here must be extremely damning to Donald Trump. He does not want it made public any way, shape, or form, especially before the election, because it's going to show how bad he really was in all of this, how guilty he really is. And I think if it's as bad as it could be, there could be even more top Republicans, politicians that would step away from Donald Trump and then endorse Kamala Harris, or at least say, yeah, I don't support him anymore. And you're going to see probably even more Republican voters, the moderate-minded Republican voters, stepping away from Donald Trump and voting for Kamala Harris. So this is not going to be good for Donald Trump when this comes out, and there's a good chance it will come out, at least part of it, before the election. And if Donald Trump wants to claim election interference, remember, he's been the one who has been pushing this case back farther and farther. He's been trying to delay it at every turn because his only gamble here, or his only strategy here, is to delay it past the election, win the election, and then dismiss the court case. So he's going on a Hail Mary just to do all that. And he's been the one who's pushed this out now to where it could really hurt him in the election, but he would have only himself to blame.